Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to add a batch file to automatically update your Satisfactory dedicated server using steamcmd, and we're going to put this in a file that will also be run in task scheduler to automatically check your server and update it and then restart it. Okay, to begin, what you're going to want to do is go to your Steam command directory, and for my case, here it is. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create a new text file, and I'm going to call this factoryupdatefile.txt. You can call it what you want. And go ahead and edit that file and go ahead and paste this command in here. What this does is it is the commands for Steam command to go out to your factory server directory, so make sure you change this if it's installed on your C drive or wherever it's installed, and it will also validate the install once it runs through its update. So go ahead and save that. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to create a batch file. I already have one here from my previous video, so let me just go ahead and show you what this says here. So this is what we created in my other video. What we're going to do is we're going to add a command in the middle of this. So what this is, it's the directory to the steamcmd.exe, plus it's telling it to run a script, which is this factoryupdatefile.txt. Go ahead and save that. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, I'm just going to show you what this does by running this batch file so you can see it happen in real time. And actually, make sure you run this as administrator. So what it's doing is it's actually shutting down the server, and then it's running the factory update file script, which checks for any updates for your dedicated server on Steam command. And right now it's just verifying the install. That's the reason why we put that kill task command at the beginning of the startserver.bat file, because we want it to make sure the server's not running before updating. What you're going to do is start task scheduler. And if you haven't done this part already, we covered this in a previous video, you're going to want to create a new task. And I'm just calling this, you can call this whatever you want. You're going to make sure that it says run whether the user is logged on or not, and run with highest privileges. And what I do for triggers is you want to make sure that this runs at startup. So whenever your computer starts up, it will start the server. So for whatever reason you lose power, your server goes offline, does Windows updates, and comes back online, your server, your Satisfactory server will restart. And then I also add another trigger here to automatically update at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you can say just recur every day So this way, if you want to check for updates every day, you can set it to daily, weekly, whatever you want. All right, then go into actions, and we're just gonna point it to our script. There it is. One other thing that you want to make sure is under the settings tab that if the task is already running, then the following rule applies: stop the existing instance. Because if you don't do that part, if you click on the history, you'll see here that it tried to run a couple times, but since it was already running, it didn't restart it. So make sure that stop the existing instance is selected there. Click OK, and then it's going to ask you for your password. Just go ahead and put in your computer password. Okay, so here we go. So this is the task we just created. I'm going to go ahead and just run it, just to show you guys. So right now the server is offline. It's not showing anything on the server itself on the computer because it's in the background. If we go over to the server right now, it's still offline. So we're gonna wait about a couple minutes. As you remember, when I manually ran it from the file itself, it did take about 2 or 3 minutes to validate all the files. So give it some time. Okay, and so that was about a couple minutes, and it looks like the server finally loaded up. If you get this message, just give it another minute. Sometimes it'll say this if you try to connect while the server's still loading. And there you go. The server is now online. So now you have a automated task that will start your server whenever your computer starts up. It will check for updates, and every day at 3 a.m. it will stop your server and check for updates and then restart it.